What is up, Vape fam? Joe of All Vapes here once again, bringing it to you as typical. Lovely, lovely day here in the Pacific Northwest. I thought I'd share a little bit of that loveliness with you. I'm in a bit of a vaping video review transition, actually moving into a new house. So I'm going to be doing things just a little bit more shooting from the hip, you know what I mean? You guys will stick with it. I know it. I know you will. I love you. But we're talking about sugar e-liquids today, okay? Now, you guys have probably seen this stuff on Instagram. If not, do yourselves a favor, shame on you, and flip a little bit over to sugar e-liquids. Now, you ever heard of Clancy's Vapors? Awesome company out of California, make a great line of e-juice. This is their blend, okay? This is their little secondary line. Pretty straightforward as far as flavor is concerned. What surprises me is the actual flavor in comparison to the profile. So I'm gonna get into that. The first flavor we've got here, we're gonna start with, let's start with the cookie dip, okay? Got the cookie dip. Now this is touted as just a plain old, right fresh out of the oven sugar cookie dipped in ice cold milk. Okay, pretty standard as far as a lot of flavors are concerned, right? But the quality of this stuff is really out of sight. I was very shocked on this one, to be perfectly honest with you. First of all, I absolutely love the label. Okay, I got a big fat shirt that I'm wearing right now, actually, that you can't see, with a little sugar cube on it. It's awesome stuff. As a matter of fact, the summertime is actually kind of kicking full force right now. So, yep, there you go. There's your sugar cube for you guys. Like I said, Joe of All Vapes shoots from the hip, you know what I mean? So, here's what we're talking about. So, the cookie dip, first of all, when I smelled it, and always bust open and check out the bouquet, guys, okay? Really creamy undertone. As far as the sweetness, you can actually taste through the olfactory sense a little bit of that vanilla and just crumbly, kind of a crusty sugar cookie on the outside, warm and soft and awesome on the inside. This stuff was out of sight. The flavor quality was absolutely on point, completely true to profile. So there are so many, you know, cereal and milk and cookie and milk this and milk that flavors out on the market. We're inundated. Everybody's tried stuff like that. So when it comes down to quality, it really has to do with the passion and the base that they use and all that kind of stuff. I've talked about it before. You guys pretty much know where I'm coming from with that. I'm gonna make everybody connoisseurs out there by the time I'm done doing this review gig, you know what I mean? But this stuff was completely out of sight. It was so on par to the actual thing. You know, it made vaping this stuff guilt-free, you know what I mean? I don't have to go out and bake a dozen cookies and feel guilty for eating all but a couple of them, you know what I mean? Okay, so traditional sugar cookie, you got the sugar, obviously, a little bit of milk going on in there, and of course you've got your taste of vanilla, and you know, just a really rich, buttery flavor to it. All of that was present. It was really beautiful, incredibly well mixed, very well balanced, and the milk on this one, so creamy, light enough and refreshing on the vanilla just to kind of give it a little bit of a boost. It really was on par. Everything was solid with this. I was super impressed with something that came out just, you know, just a simple little, happy little sugar cube going on right there, you know, and once again, it's a typical flavor that we're all used to. What is it that's going to convey from a new line, a new brand, whatever, that this is going to be above the rest? Well, if you've ever tried Clancy's Vapors, like I said before, you know that you're tasting quality with everything that they've come out with, the mixology, the blending, so on and so forth. Really top quality stuff. So I should have known better than to second guess this stuff, but I second guess everything before I try it, you know? You really got to you try something with an open mind, but if you keep your standards low, then that's just the more you can be impressed when you try something that is really just upper echelon as far as flavor is concerned. The cookie dip, like I said, amazing stuff, tastes so on par to the actual thing. You're not going to get any better than this unless you actually make yourself some cookies, guys. So that was that. The apple bottom is the next flavor. I ain't talking about jeans on this one, guys, okay? This one, another traditional flavor that we're all used to, okay? Deep and rich caramel wrapped around a nice tart fresh ripe apple. Now bust this guy open, get a little bit of olfactory sensation going on. Okay, from the get-go, I'm smelling the apple. That just kind of tingles you right here, you know? Awesome effect. Really kind of prepares me for everything else that's going on. But the good thing is that the smell from the caramel is a little bit unassuming on it from the get-go, but it really leaves you craving, okay? My mouth started watering as soon as I started smelling this stuff. Really, really good, deep, heady, and lightly earthy sense to it. Vaping it is a complete and absolute pleasure, okay? So if you guys have ever made caramel at home, you got your copper pot out, you're stirring in the butter, you're stirring the sugar, you're taking your time, you're making sure that everything goes just accordingly, because if you're in the culinary field, like upon a long time ago, I once dabbled in, you do it slow. It's with a process, it's with patience and passion, because 1 second over and you're burning that caramel. So the flavor on this was absolutely perfect in terms of the actual caramel. Very rich and buttery, very sweet from the sugar. Had that kind of caramelized, crusted sensation to it that everybody loves. You wrap that around a nice, tart, fresh, crisp apple, maybe like a Fuji or a Honey Crisp, something like that. That's kind of what this is presenting. So not overly sweet, tart enough to still be really, really good in terms of a nice springtime apple flavor to it. Was totally perfect. Tubular, guys. Let me tell you. So Sugar E-Liquids has come out with 2 awesome flavors here. Very highly suggestible, 60 milliliter fat boys. Of course, you know, these come in 3 milligrams for me. You can get them in a variety of whatever, probably from about 0 to 12, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, do yourselves a favor. Go on to Sugar E-Liquids on Instagram, give these guys a follow, and definitely follow the link on their page. Check these guys out. You can purchase these. I think it's about $1 a milliliter for these guys. Actually less, since these come in 60, but you know, very reasonably priced. Totally worth the quality, guys, I'm telling you. And like I said, you know, it's for flavors that we're very, very familiar with. You know, we're all, you know, the common things that we grew up with as kids that we make with our kids now, every Halloween, every holiday. You guys are gonna love these flavors. Awesome stuff. Definitely recommend them. So thank you very much once again for hanging out with me in this beautiful sunshiny weather out in Oregon. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm glad I could share it with all of you guys. Check me out on Instagram at JoeofAllVapes. I've got my 10,000 follower giveaway going on right now. Tons of stuff. 3 tiers, so everybody's going to win something. Spread the word here at JoeofAllVapes on YouTube. I really appreciate just leaps and bounds. My subscribers have been going up and up and up, helping me reach that first 500 mark, get my own custom URL. That makes me somebody, you know what I mean? But hey, you guys make me somebody. I love what you do. I love your support. Once again, I just want to leave you with this. Stay humble. Love yourselves. Love each other. Stay strong. And you keep it cloudy. Because you gotta.